Barbara, hello, where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Greece.
Renee, hello, where are you from?
Hello, everyone. I'm from Savannah, Georgia, here in the USA.
Wow.
Okay, Ramian, hello, where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Slough, UK, near Windsor.
Lovely, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, Hilary, welcome.
Thank you.
Where are you from, Hilary?
That's London, Twickenham.
Who we've got? Maria, hola.
Hola, buenos días, buenas noches. Good morning, good night, everybody. I'm from Mexico, but
Mexico,
wow.
in the US. New
Mexico.
Hello.
Lovely
Hola.
to see you, Maria. SP.
Hi, hello. I'm from Colombia. I'm going to say the same as Maria. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. Lee, hello.
Hi, I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Jeff, hi.
Wholeness. I'm
Wholeness.
from Nashville, Tennessee.
Welcome here. Welcome to this space.
Tennessee, yeah.
Tennessee. Grace, hello.
Vancouver Island, Canada.
Rie, hello.
I'm from Japan. I'm Rie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Hello, Carl.
Hi, I'm Richmond, UK.
Farzana, hi. And where are you from?
Feltham.
Leah, hi.
Hi, I'm in Epsom, Surrey, UK.
Hi. Vic, where are you from, Vic?
Hi, everyone. I'm from Dublin, Ireland.
Keisha, nice you made it. Hi.
Wholeness.
Wholeness, how are you?
Happy to be here. I'm doing
Happy
well.
to see. Where are you from?
Currently in Abington, Massachusetts.
Okay, never ask somebody a question when they've just put a sweetie in their mouth. So welcome everybody here today, and we're going to be covering a few topics here today, which will be very exciting, of really how to keep your vibration high in current circumstances with whatever the world is going through, but how to keep your own inner vibration high, because everything is always about your state of being. And from that, I'll start and introduce myself to you. My name is Neva Shah, and I live in Northwood in Middlesex. And I came into this journey of self many, many years ago, about 22 to 23 years ago, first when I was pregnant with my firstborn, just wanting to find out, who am I? Like, am I a mother? Am I a wife? Am I a daughter? Who am I was the question that kept on popping up into me. And it led to many, many books, many, many courses, many, many experiences, many, many things over the years, until one day I started selling something called noni juice that has a lot of vitamins in it. And that's how I met Arram. Arram came to my house to introduce me to this business. And I was in a space where I was a full-time mother who'd given up my career as an optometrist to be a complete housewife, which was lovely at the time. I was very fortunate enough to be able to be in a situation where I didn't have to go out to work. But at the same time, I felt as if I'd lost my sense of I-ness, my independence, my financial independence. I'd lost who am I? I'd lost the thing of, I'm not Neva, I'm so-and-so's mom, I'm so-and-so's wife, I'm so-and-so's daughter-in-law, I'm so-and-so's daughter. And slowly and slowly and slowly over that period of time, and through the experiences I was having within my marriage, I started to lose myself. And in the losing of myself, I really got my ass kicked a lot with Arram, which is great at the time. I mean, at that time, we were doing a lot of courses together, a lot, from emotional freedom techniques, Louise Hay, everything he did, I did. And at the same time, I did a lot as well. And through that, I met many other masters as well, carried on my course until I eventually, circumstances forced me very, very fast to get divorced. I won't go into the story of that, but I got divorced, took 5 years. 3 weeks after my divorce, my house caught fire, an accidental house fire, and I lost everything. And then I found out that the house wasn't insured. And I was literally like, this is who I am. On the street, 3 kids, looked at my mom, and I said, Mom, we're coming to stay at yours tonight. And we're still here, the kids and I. But this was really, really my big, massive, heart-opening, heart-wrenching wake-up call for me personally. Even though I'd been on the journey with many things, the journey tests you along the way. And that's the point I started realizing the state. I started looking at my state of being. What is the universe really teaching me? You have just lost not only your house, you've lost your marriage, you've lost your finances, you've lost all your possessions, but it was a real wake up, like smell the roses. And so here I am to really help people to really come back into their sense of being, because it's the inner sense of being when we're in a neutral state that can balance the outer reality. At the moment, we're all being bombarded with so much around COVID, job losses, divorces. I mean, there's so much going on. But we're going to all of us together today, with the other coaches who are here as well, help all of you, to guide you with whatever you're going through, because we've all had, you know, big wake-up calls in our life, and sometimes things have to be experiential in order for us to learn. It's not all the courses you've done and all the degrees you've got and all of that. It has to come from within, living in this university of life. So on that note, I'd like to introduce to you today my very old friend, Neelam Sharma, who is also a student of Arram's. And I think I've known Neelam for about 20 years now as well. Over to you, Neelam, and thank you everybody for being here today.
Right, hi everybody. Thank you for being here. I think Neva has more or less said everything that what I wanted to say, in the sense of my journey with Arram as well. I met him about 30 years ago, same situation as Neva. I was going through a divorce, and Arram came to give me some healing. And, you know, we've followed him throughout with whatever he's done. But what was good at the time was that it helped us to bring us back into the present moment. And here we are. What we have learned from Arram are simple techniques, putting us in our joy. And what we need to do is to be in the moment, to be in our joy, follow what is so passionate for you. But yes, my journey was very difficult. Also went through a lot of heartache. But I don't look at that as a difficult situation. I look at it that, you know what, that was my journey. And yes, as Neva said, Arram did kick our asses as well. You know, he was very to the point. But the tools that we have got now are simple, are going to put you in your joy. They will make you want to know more. Whatever's happening out there is immaterial. So we have to be in our joy, in the moment, are what they are. Really, what I want to say is that what we've got for you now is fantastic. It's huge. It's huge. But the tools are simple, easy to follow, and we will walk you through that with love and affection. And we have got a brilliant guru, which is Arram. Okay, on that note, I'll pass you on to my beautiful colleague, Anna. Over to you.
Thank you, Neelam. Wow, what a beautiful journey. I'm Anna. So I was exposed to energy teachings, frequency teachings about 6 years ago, when I was in quite a low state of being, kind of depressed, looking for answers on my twin flame journey. So I started practice Arram's frequency teachings, energy shifting, and in short time, I was back in my joys. I was back in my highest excitement in the every now moment. And it really taught me that it's based on the laws of the universe. So one cannot be disturbed by external appearances, knowing the laws of the universe. So I really experienced last 5 years is what really prepared me for this now moment, what we are all experiencing now. And I'd like to introduce you to my mentor, my teacher, the person with a wealth of knowledge and wisdom and wealth of experience, helping thousands of students around the world with massive big shifts. And especially in the times like now, when everything externally is changing every day. So I'd like you to introduce to Arram.
Right. Very briefly about myself, I've been on the journey for 30 years, like most people that go on to a journey. Something dreadful has happened in their life, which caused them to ask questions is, what is life about? For me, I was very lucky. I just lost all my money. And in that 30 years, Neva, the senior student, whatever I did, they followed me. I started with Reiki and EFT, and it goes on. And after many years of chasing knowledge and spending thousands of pounds, I came to the conclusion that all these things were only tools. They were only belief structures. And when I got involved with quantum science and quantum healing, I noticed something, that everything was really energy. And so it was from there I started to disprove the New Age teaching, most of it, the old time teaching as well, because they were talking in a way where it was very difficult to understand. And over the last 4 years, we have revamped the language in terms that we can come to somebody and talk to them. Spirituality, I also avoid that because everybody has their labels and it means certain things. So what we call it in simplistic ways is my way, my journey. And that way is about a journey to the inner self to create peace in whatever circumstances. So I'm going to start with a few exercises where I'm going to show you what is the truth, okay? And then we can take it from there, and then we go on as we're going to close. You can ask questions, and obviously a lot of the questions will be surrounded. What is happening now? Okay, so what is the truth? Now, if you saw somebody doing that to you, what would you think it is? You will either be telling off, did something wrong, or stop doing what you're doing, plus whatever meaning that you would give. Now, that would be one version, isn't it? And if you thought that I was telling you off, how would you feel? Negative. Feeling inside here, I'm being told off, and the chatterbox inside starts to feed you. On the other hand, you say that's like crazy man just shaking his fingers and having fun. Neutral, yes? No feeling at all. It's just observation, like a reporter. He's just shaking his finger. On the other hand, you say, hey, this healer here is giving me energies. Everyone is looking at is giving energy. How would you feel? Fantastic. What is real? What is real? Whatever answer you give is the right answer in terms of how you have perceived and given a meaning to. So in actuality, nothing is real. I shall repeat that. Nothing is real until you give it your meaning. Does that make sense? Nod your head if you think it's making sense, and shake your head and put your hands up if you want to challenge me. All right? I have got double screen here, so I've got to flip it in and out. Okay? So we all are in agreement that when you give a meaning to something, you are giving your own meaning. Correct? Okay. Now, so in simplicity, there are 3 variations of the same theme happening at the same time. You, the perceiver, is giving whatever instructions to your mind to say, this is true. No, that is true. No, that is true. But it's like a radio wave. So you have a television screen, for example. And so you have 3 stations running through, positive, negative, neutral. Yeah. Arram shaking his finger, Arram is blessing me, and Arram is telling me off. All three are happening at the same time. Got it? So these are what we call parallel realities. Until you say, I'm being told off. So boom, your remote control, the negative part comes up. But the other two other parts are still running. Shake your head if you understand. If you don't understand, put your hands up. Hello? Okay, shake your head. Good. Because there are three realities that are happening at every moment. Your mind is the television screen. You are telling yourself what is really happening. Shake your head if you understand, yes? Good. Now, you are the creator then, aren't you? Anything that's happening in the world, you are creating in your mind. You are giving meaning to it. Yeah? And if you're having an argument with somebody, you are giving meaning to the argument because you are in your mind thinking what the other person is saying instead of qualifying and ask that person, what do you mean? So there's a mismatch of conversation all the time going on with people. We're just guessing, second guessing from the way we have been programmed. Okay? So that's the first part. Nothing is real until you give meaning. Now we can come back to COVID, the virus. Thousands of my students take no notice of it. Why? Because back to this, isn't it? Is it real? Is it neutral or is it unreal? Now those that believe it's real, tremendous fear. And this is what the mass public is going through. And when the media, which is doing its fantastic job, telling you all the things that are happening, what is happening? You go into fear, you go into anxiety, and what happens? Your immune system drops. It's not that the COVID is killing people, it's the self-talk. Oh my God, it's terrible. Now, if you talk to anybody in my group, COVID, how exciting. Because we don't believe in it, because we're saying, I'm being blessed. So nothing is real, okay? Now, the thing is, everything is a frequency, is a vibration. What does I mean by that? Everything has got a frequency to it. So let's make it easy. High frequencies are the good things, the laughter and everything. Low frequencies are the bad mood, depression and everything. So same goes with diseases, right? Being healthy is high frequency. Cancer is a low frequency. And then in between, we have all the other frequencies. So everything is vibrating all the time. Does it make sense? Shake your head if you understand, yeah? So we are in a world full of energies all the time, and we are being bombarded left, right, and center with energies coming in, and we are giving it the meaning all the time. No, we are the translators. We say, this is good, this is bad. But what is happening? It's just a neutral thing. You are giving your meaning, okay? Coming back to what I'm talking about is nothing is real. Remember that. Nothing is real until you give it your meaning. Yes, you're nodding your head, Nina. Thank you. Now, these laws that I'm sharing with you are ancient laws, right? In the old days, we would put the big name esoteric laws, esoteric studies, blah, 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 blah. In short, it is just very old teachings that's been forgotten. And along the line, they have been doctored, just like all the religions have been doctored. You know, Jesus didn't want a religion, but the followers created it to make it a religion. And you can say that for all the religions that have been started, it's always the followers. So we come back to the 5 laws. The first law is number 1. We are energy beings. What does that mean? We are energy beings. Quantum physics and all the scientists have proven that matter is 99.999 space. What does that mean? It means that there's practically nothing there, but it makes what we call matter, the physical part. So all of us are energy beings. Now, as an energy being, according to the old teaching, we cannot be destroyed. Energy cannot be destroyed. And so along the line, we came along, the energy being, the consciousness, what we want to call it, decide to have a human experience. So we then created in the mind a human body. So this physical world is created from energy. We are energy being having a human experience. not the other way around, where, you know, sometimes we feel, they call it spiritual, yeah? A human being having a spiritual journey. No, we have chosen to have a human experience. Like everything on this planet, everything is happening, is created in energy so that we can have the human experience. But deep down, where the source is, we are energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. So we go back to trillions of years, but again, we don't know when it started. You know, but the scientists will say it has to start at some point. I'm saying it was there. So this debate goes on for many thousands of years. Okay, so that's law number one. We are spiritual energy beings having a human experience. That means a human experience, we will die, but our spirit will carry on. And what will happen is the understanding of you with reincarnation is we will choose another body and come back and go in and carry on and carry on and carry on in different situations. Some situations we are very rich people, some situations we're very poor people, become very sick, and it goes on. Whatever you can think of, you know, we have created, and because we have had and understand the situation when we are spiritual, when we are energy, we are never ending. So we are down here choosing different life forms, experiencing, meeting what we call soulmates or whatever it is to go on contract. So imagine yourself being on a glorified Disney World where you got to get onto every track. You cannot miss out. Every ride you got to go on. But the Disney World is so enormous that, you know, you got to keep going on and going on. Every time you pop off, you're coming back. Everybody's got a return ticket. And this is what is taught as reincarnation. Okay? So some rides are fun, some rides are not so fun, and some rides are even frightening. But this is on a perspective, on the human level, that we are giving meaning to something. But from the spiritual, from the energy point, it's all fun. Because if you cannot be destroyed, what would you choose to do? You would try everything, isn't it? So I'm going to be a good guy this time round. I'm going to be a king. I'm going to be a rich man. So you have that life, you pass over, and you come back and say, that was okay. I'll come back and have the opposite. You get the point? So we keep repeating and repeating. So there's no such thing as a bad thing or a bad situation, because you know you're going to come back. It's like that film Groundhog Day. If you haven't seen it, go along and have a look at it. He wakes up every time and he cannot die. So watch the film. It gives you a sense of what I'm talking about. Okay, that's rule number one. Rule number two is there is only, we're all one. That means we're all made of the same substance, everything. The trees, the plants, animals, all are made of the same thing. So we are all one, made from the same source. Number three is there is only the now. There is only the now. There is nothing else happening. There is only now. Future and past is something which we create because it's not true. This is the only truth. Me and you talking now. A second ago, it's not the same thing. Finish. There is only the now, and each and every now, what is happening? You are a new person. Got it so far? And if you're not sure, type it in and ask questions afterwards. Right? And okay. So, where was I? The law.
What you put out, get back law.
Put out, you get back. Which is practically, in simple terms, known as, in a lot of religion, is karma. What you give out, you get back. But again, there's a slight difference. But in simplistic terms, what you give out, you get back. If you're a nasty person, you get back nastiness. If you're a good person, then it goes on and on. And the last thing is there will always be change. There will always be change. In your life, whatever the situation you think of how bad or how good it is, it's going to be changed, okay? The only thing that doesn't change are the four laws. So even in what terrible situation you think you're in, understand that it's always going to be changed. And understand that even if you're in a fantastic life that you're in, there is going to be change as well. So, where do we go from here? You know, it's like a lottery, isn't it? No, you have chosen at every juncture to come back and see which ride you're going to go on Disneyland. And in deciding before coming back to this physical world, you have made a contract with all the people that you are going to interact with, which we call soul contract. The people you're married to, the people, and everywhere, everybody, even a stranger that you meet on the street, is a contract as to what's happening. Okay, so that are the laws. And the last part is parallel realities. What does that mean? It means that whatever is happening, there is still a different version of what is happening. Like the 3 instructions I was giving you, positive, negative, neutral. You are on your screen like this, and it's all running through. It depends on what you decide to have. You press the remote, and it comes up in your head there, and it's projected forward. So, but there is not only 3 computation. There are billions of computation, depending on the frame of mind you're in. And if you want to have an understanding of this, go and watch Sliding Doors. It gives you a version of what I'm talking. But that is only 2 versions. So imagine that this computation I'm talking about is billions of versions that's happening on the screen inside your mind, and it's changing all the time. So we come back to recap what is real. You are creating in your mind. Nothing is real until you give it your meaning. Understand it. This is one of the most important concepts. So, is COVID real? For me, no, because it's on a frequency. Now, frequency matches, okay? Now, COVID is on a very low frequency. I'm on a very high frequency, right? Joe Block is on the middle frequency. So what happens is when Joe Block has the news, his frequency drops and he happens to match. It happens to match, and he might it, he might live, he might die. Doesn't really matter, because if you understand the big picture, we're all going back to the pot and we're going to start all over again. But because we think that this is the only life, we will grab on to everything. But when you go out with the attitude that, hold on a minute, COVID, what is that? I'm giving the meaning. And this is why thousands of students are not any fear. I don't think anyone got it. And so it's again a mindset. Everything is in your mind. Everything is set up there. And if you believe it, it is true. If you don't believe it is true. So the same thing is for everything. It's your definition of something. And if you don't believe it, it doesn't work. I found this out as a what do you call, a Reiki healer. I don't like the word healer. Again, it has different meaning. But at that time, a healer is somebody puts your hands on it and, you believe it's going to work. If you don't believe it's not going to work, it will not work. And this is what I found out. Hold on a minute. Why is it some people are healing, some people are not healing? It's the belief structure. So some people come to me to prove that they cannot be healed. So they're not going to be healed. And some people come to me and say, I'm going to be healed. And they get healed. I'll give you a very good example. This is a true story as well. You can check it out in the medical books. 2 people, cancer care patient, in the last stage 3, and the consultant comes and speaks to them because they all wrap up together in the same clinic, and he says to the 2 of them, bad news, guys, you got stage 3, and according to stage 3, you got 6 months to live. Candidate A believed the doctor, and precisely within 6 months he died. Candidate B said, no, you're full of bullshit. I don't believe you. There are other ways of healing myself. Guess what? He didn't get it. And there are many, many, many stories out there. And it's all in the mind. It's all a perceivable effect. What you believe, you get. If you don't believe, it's not going to happen. So this is what you're here for, aren't you, this night, today, to find out how is it we can find and get inner peace. And we train you, we teach you how to have that belief structure. You're reminded all the time, this exercise, what am I telling you? What am I telling you? And all my students are going around shaking their fingers. What am I telling you? Positive, negative, or neutral. Positive, negative, neutral. And everything has a placebo effect. And now this vaccine, let me give you an example. Supposing there was only distilled water in there, okay? And they go around telling you that it's working. How can somebody produce a vaccine in a short period of time? It doesn't make sense. I'm just now going back to just put doubts and challenge the medical profession. It takes, what, 5-6 years? They have to research, and all of a sudden, 9 months, 6 months, they get a vaccine. I tell you something, it's distilled water in there, but it's the programming. The newspapers are very clever. They're telling you stories all the time. All you hear is so many people dying. The statistic, if you go and check, is something like, I wrote it down today. Where is it? 99.5 million people globally got the virus. Okay, this is facts. 99.5. Now, 70 out of the 99, 71.5 million people have healed. No problem. How many people died? Not a lot. 2.1 million out of 99 million. So it's a percentage of 0.04%. I mean, this is where, if you look at facts and you say, okay, what are your chances of dying? 0.04%. Hey, all the other diseases out there have the same rating. And everything is being placed under the virus. The important part is what goes up here. Do you believe? Back to this. If you don't believe, nothing's happening, right? So I'm telling you, you are the creator of your madness, or either you can create heaven or you can create hell. The choice is yours. Okay. So coming back to the CV. I'm sure there'll be lots of questions. I will start to tell you again, you are the creator. Back to this, always remember this. When you are in doubt about anything, right? If you're having an argument with your partner or anything, right? Just shake your fingers and say, what is he saying? Is he telling me off? Is he, whatever it is. But whatever it is you doing it to yourself. Nobody can do anything to you except yourself.
Has anyone got any questions?
Yes, Hillary wants to talk.
Okay. With the COVID situation, I'm not worried about that at all, actually. I have actually, you completely shut up. But the one thing that's very real to me is the vaccine that I totally feel quite scared about, really. If they make it, mandatory, that's the one thing I'm really frightened about at the moment. I'm not worried about COVID at all, because I keep myself well and healthy. I follow a really healthy lifestyle, and I don't need that vaccine. I want it, and I don't want to be forced to have it. Okay,
I hear you. The doctors said for the last 20 years wanting to give me the vaccine for the flu every December, I think November. He said, oh, Mr. Kong, you're due for your injection. I said, yes, thank you very much, but no thank you. For the past 20 years, I've never had the vaccine, and I don't think I will ever have it. Yeah. So in your terms of worrying about the vaccine, when you're going to get it, like me, I said there is a rumor going around that if you don't have the vaccine, you cannot go to the doctor. They will not treat you, blah, blah, blah. For a split second, I lost it. So, oh my God, you know what happens if I want to go and have my x-ray? And I said, hey, Ram, come back. See how fast you lose it. You're not in the present. You're not in the present. You bought the hype. Yeah, and it stood within a second. I said, stay in the present. I said, I will face it when the time comes.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about, Hillary? It might never happen because, this is going to go to the human, what is it, that court in Europe, the human rights and all that?
Human rights.
Yeah. You cannot do that. However, they're forcing their staff to do it. My daughter is a very good friend who's a nurse that works in the ICU department, and they said to her 2 weeks ago, we booked you in for a vaccine. And, you're going to turn up. And she said, no, I'm not having it. And you know what they said to her? There might be no job for you. Yeah. So they can the people that are around them. Okay. There will be, who knows yet? Let's wait. So Hillary, my advice to you is one of the laws. There is only the now. You're creating madness.
I understand. I do understand what you're saying, but that to me is very real.
No, no, no. Again, it's just back to this. It's very real. No, it's all a joke. It's no, the vaccine is filled with distilled water. Well, come on, bring it on. But I'll wait till the time comes when it's free. Okay?
Yeah, I think we're all of the same opinion that, you know, why worry about it now? Because the way things are happening, it may never happen. And when you get there, and if there is a situation, then you cross your bridge when you get to it.
Okay.
Absolutely. And also, Hillary, it's really important. One mantra is really important, is just for this moment, I am well. Keep saying to yourself, whenever you feel a bit wobbled or hearing too much news or other people, just for this, yeah, I don't either, but just for this moment, I am well.
Okay,
just
so Hillary,
for this moment.
How are you feeling now?
Yeah, much better.
Oh,
good, excellent.
3 minutes. Remember this, Hillary, every time you go in a wobblies, I have choices, I have choices, I have choices. All right, Metra, Ashwin, your question.
Thank you.
Since last 4 years, I'm having an epilepsy attack, and still the doctor can't find the proper medication or anything. And
it always plays on my mind.
And always play in my mind. I can't walk properly. I can't go out properly.
Okay.
And due to their conclusion, because I'm having a lot of stress level, so this is the reason we can't do anything.
Okay. I have 2 collapsed lungs, okay? I cannot walk more than 10 feet without my oxygen level dropping from 95, which is not good, because the normal person oxygen level is 98, 99. You know, mine is 95, because why? I got 2 collapsed lungs, you know, I got to breathe, okay? So, next thing is, I cannot walk more than 10 feet. I cannot walk up the stairs. Now, I don't tell myself, oh, I listen to the doctors, you got 2 collapsed lungs, therefore you got next period of time to live or whatever it is. I live with it, I accept it. Number one, acceptance of what you have, right? So because the more attention you say, I cannot walk, guess what? You're telling yourself what? I cannot walk. Got it? And you're buying into what epilepsy is. Now, it's not the right moment to discuss this with you at the moment. Maybe whose guest you are, go back to that person. Or let me tell you, it's another type of frequency. But because this is why the doctors cannot find anything wrong with you. Now, go back to whoever who invited you and we'll take it further. But in terms of whatever the law number 4 or law 3 or 4, whatever you pay attention to is going to come back. So if you keep telling yourself, I cannot walk, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, guess what? Your movie screen, I cannot walk, I cannot walk, I cannot walk. No, I tell myself, I can walk, I have to find a different way to walk. I cannot breathe, I have to find a different way to breathe. Yeah, I don't complain because this is how it is. Do you understand? If I keep complaining, guess what? I'm going to get worse. And I will be, oh my God, you know, somebody asks me, how are you, Aaron? Oh, I cannot walk up my back. You know, no good. Because the more you carry that on, the worse it's going to be. Got it? So get in touch with whoever invited you and say, hey, get me out of this shit. I want to be able to live happily with this epilepsy. Got it? See? Your good lady is laughing because she said enough of you grumbling at Next one.
Yeah, the wording is very, very important. Yes. Wording in your thoughts, you know.
All is well in my world. Anytime anything comes up, just say, all is well in my world.
And you know that, Geeta, isn't it? When I got you to get on with, you know, I used to say to her, come on, get out of your shell, get out of your shell, get on and go to the gym and look how you recovered from your situation.
I know, but I fought my depression for a long time.
Hey, don't use that word. It's a label.
Okay, it is like how much ever I try to get, because I'm a person who loves taking challenges. I deal with it, but the time or the situation came in my life that how much ever I tried, I did so many the sun to overcome that, but still till I popped a pill, I didn't get better.
You did or you didn't?
I did.
That's a nice story. Next one, come on.
Thank
You will learn from other people's experience. If you don't ask questions, the meeting is over, and you'll be a wasted time because we got all the 4 experts here to help and give you guidance. So ask questions. It will help somebody else. So open your mouth, put your hands up and say, I've got a question and I need some help. And then towards the end of the meeting, I will do some live situation, whatever shit you're in, I'll get you out of it. Fair enough? We've got that to look forward. So I want the worst case scenario when we close the meeting up, and I will demonstrate it's all in your mind. So over to you guys.
Can I just say that I was diagnosed with lung cancer stage 3 in 2019.
Yeah.
And when they told me that, I'm like, I don't even smoke. What are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's by the by, because that was in 2019. We're presently here now. But I think about maybe, like yourself, my lung collapsed in October last year. And I had the most excruciating pain. I had to be taken to the hospital, all well and good. And they put me in a ward where people had COVID-19 actually, but I didn't know this. So I just thought, like, when I found out, what the fuck you doing? Excuse my French. Like, why have you done this? But I didn't contract it. It wasn't that big a deal. And then I went to the hospital about maybe 3 weeks ago, and they said to me that I had COVID. I was tested positive for COVID-19. And I thought, but I've got a lung condition. I've got lung cancer, so you claim. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even have a temperature. What are you talking about? Anyway, they sent me home. They said I can't be treated. So I've had no cancer treatment since last year. So I'm thinking, well, whatever. Do you know what I mean? We're all going to die, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? We're only sort of here for a moment. So we'll see what happens. So I've gone home, no treatment or nothing, no symptoms. And I'm thinking, of all the people that should have symptoms, it should be me, shouldn't it? Because it's a respiratory condition. I'm someone, so they claim, with stage 3 lung cancer. So where does that put me? Any answers? Hello?
You found Arram.
Yeah, exactly. I found you from before. But you know them ones where you think, I'm a happy-go-lucky person anyway. Do you know what I mean? And it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? And I think I'm healthy. I go out and I do stuff. When they say to me, like, you shouldn't go out, you should shield and all that, I go out without a mask, right? I've had no symptoms from COVID. Do you know what I mean? I go out if I want to because I need fresh air. I can't be cooped up in the house like that. And I think whoever wants to do that, well, good for you.
Oh, yeah, you choose your reality.
Well, exactly. It's unfortunate that I've got lung cancer. Do you know what I mean? But as I said, I go out every day because I feel I need to go out.
You're following your joy. And that's a really high frequency because you seem to be following your joy.
Yeah. And my joy,
following your joy. Yeah.
My joy is going out and staying indoors and sewing. I sew.
Exactly. Follow your hobbies, your joys. For me, it's painting.
Yeah,
for you,
and I mean,
it's
it's coming from here, isn't it, for you?
Yes.
Rosie? You are just here. You are so strong mentally that nothing is going to touch you. You're going to do what is going to be
now,
good for you.
Rosie came to see me 6 months ago. And she said,
because a lot of time's flying.
Yeah, and she said, I've got this, I've got that. I said, stop. I said, you haven't got cancer. You just got a disorder which the doctors labeled you that you have cancer. I think she had three sessions, one-on-one sessions, and I started to explain things to her. And I said, and she understood the big picture. You know, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. But, you know, I'm not going to die as such because I'm going to come back again. So with that attitude, she said, bring it on, right? And within 3 weeks, wasn't it, Rosie? You were back on the road doing whatever you wanted, yeah? And when she said, they put me back in hospital again. And I said, remember the teachings, 5 days later, they kick her out.
I mean, they said to me that I weren't to drive my car. And I thought, actually, I love my Mini and I'm not selling it and I'll drive it if I want. Do you know what I mean? You're not telling me what to do. I do as I please. Because as Arram said, I'm the creator.
Good. Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for claiming your power back.
Yeah.
And not being a robot to the system.
No, I'm not doing that.
Asbin, what you got, epilepsy, is nothing. This is third stage cancer. I've got 2 collapsed lungs. What are you complaining about? Be happy, okay? Next one, please.
We'll get you back on track, Ashwin.
Initially, I was fell down 7 times and I was hospitalized.
Oh, okay. Tell that to Neelam. Don't bring it here, because when people tell me they got something that's the matter, I say, how exciting for you. And then, oh my God, they say, how can you say, when Rosie came to see me, she said she had cancer. I said, how exciting.
I remember when my house burnt down and I called Arram the next day and I said, Arram, my house is burnt down. He said, how exciting. Where are you going to live now?
Because from the point of the spirit who knows everything, he's got a return ticket, it is exciting. But the human inside us, oh, poor me, sing it all the time. Okay, got the point? So
non-attachment.
Yeah. Well, you see, this is the thing with Arram. He really kicks your ass up, because when he first saw me, and I said to him at the time, I was living in this other house, and I said, if I move from here, I'll be happier. And he just stopped giving me Reiki. And he said, what the heck are you talking about? You have to be happy in the now, because wherever you go, wherever you move to, or wherever you are on your journey, you are not going to be happy until you don't create your reality now. And that's when you told me that 30 odd years ago. So here we are. Yes, it's got to be in the now. We have to follow our joy in the now.
Next.
Questions, anyone?
Someone was writing a question on that. Can you?
Do you mind giving a little advice to me? I'm currently paving my way to be a professional actor, but for work, I'm working in a restaurant that causes me a lot of anxiety and stress for a variety of reasons. I am grateful that the job brings me money, but it's not what I want to do. I want to be an actor. What would your advice be?
I just, since I was 4 years old, I've known that performance was what I was born to do in this realm. And I found myself in this job, and I'm grateful that I have an income, but it just has so many negative vibes, and it causes so much anxiety and general depression and everything, and it's horrible. I dread it every day.
Okay. Who's going to do that one? Nobody.
So you're simply not in the now. You shifted another. You are in the future. I want to be this, but this moment is so horrible, so bad. So you're just creating that reality, actually, and it's jumping ahead. So you can still do the restaurant work, but you can, at night or whatever, you do the acting. So it's just being back to the law, being in the now and being in the creating from the now moment. So you're creating in the now moment. I hate it, don't like it, everything. So that is back in external. It's just
what you give out is what you get back.
Yeah.
What is it you're telling yourself? I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my job. But I'm grateful.
Yep.
No, you're not grateful. Because if you're really grateful that he's paying your bills, you'll be saying, I love my job. So you're creating. As soon as you walk into the restaurant, you're fault finding everywhere. Back to this. Why not you change the story? Change the story into neutrality. You're doing it. Now, answer me, please. Is it making sense?
No. Personally, for me, no. But sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful.
Okay. No? Okay. What does it mean? Are you being told off? Is it neutral or is it good news? What is it? No right or wrong answer. What is it? Your opinion.
I don't know. That's why I wanted to ask, but it doesn't matter. Please go on to the next person.
No. Because it's very, very important. Because, you are creating something in your mind all the time. Now, you can switch it off. It's okay, but it's not going to run away from you. Okay? We're here to help people, to clarify to people, to clarify their thinking, because you are always having a negative story in your head. That's all. No big deal. We all go through it until one day we realize I'm sick and tired of it. Yes, you want to be an actor, right? Maybe the time is not right yet. Maybe you have to do whatever it is that's necessary when there's an opportunity out there for you to be an actor. There are thousands of people now at the moment that have got no jobs. So be lucky that you got a job to start with. Yeah, be patient. I remember when Anna came to me, she wanted to do this, she wanted to do that, dig. I'm a fashion designer, blah, blah, blah. I said, stop. Okay? Where are you rushing to? Explain the laws to her and everything stops. She said, I understand. I'm going nowhere because I've got a ticket to Disney World. I'm going to come back. So stop rushing, Carl. Take your time. Whoever that's invited you, go back to that person and they will arrange a program for you to see it in clarity. Right now, when you've got 50 people watching you, I can understand, you know, ooh, everybody's watching me, but not say anything, right? We all have that. Everybody's going out there telling stories in their mind. I want you to say, hey, it's a positive thing. I've got a story to tell and I'm sharing with all these people and I'm going to get good feedback. Totally, I'm proud to share with my story. What's changed? The mentality. So whoever's guest you are, go back to them and they will take you one step nearer. Next question, please. Yes, next one, please.
Thank you.
Africa.
Okay, Africa.
Hey, Africa, how are you doing?
Doing very great, thanks.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask, like, since like 4 foundations, if I may put it like that, what's the greatest way to basically get to a stage of establishing that in your life, or basically putting it into place? So yeah, if I'm translating that properly.
Okay, let's speak to the students. They know. Who's going to answer that?
It's really putting it on a practical aspect all the time. You know, when things really, really come up. For example, when I was in hospital 10 years ago, given 48 hours to live during my septicemia and hysterectomy, it was like the thought that kept on coming to me then was, I'm an eternal being. I'm an eternal being. I'm an eternal being. And I think just constantly repeating that as a mantra, actually, it just raised my frequency and I didn't die. It's like I survived that operation. And it's just, when you keep repeating something, it kind of sets off a subconscious thing, subconscious belief system within you. And that reality just happens to come up to play. So, you know, I'm an eternal being. There will always be change. What you give out is what you get. There's only one source. One is all and all is one. And all these rules, but you have to keep on, you have to keep on practicing them. They don't just happen like that. Like, they don't just happen by saying them, but it's actually being them.
Well, affirmation, it has to become your belief.
Yeah.
And what is your belief? It becomes your reality. So it works, but it's not only saying, it has to be your belief.
And that's why, you know, when triggers come up, when things come up, it's actually, you can even look at the trigger as a gift. What's this trying to teach me right now? Why is this coming to my space right now? And then you start doing this, you know, this thing with the finger thing. You don't point outwards, but you look at the 3 fingers that are pointing back to yourself. Okay, let me sit down with myself. What have I learned about myself? What am I putting out there just now that reality is coming back to me? What am I doing? And then you start writing. I journal a lot. I write a lot. And I get the answers coming back to myself, or just sitting quietly in meditation. There's so many different tools you can use. And then to realize in the end that you are the tool. You know, throughout my journey, I've used many tools, meditation, sound, whatever. There's many healing techniques. And then you eventually realize, hang on, I am the walking tool. Everything's within me.
I think, sorry if I can say something as well, like along with what Neva was saying as well, like writing stuff down, like as affirmations and kind of repeating them, almost like reprogramming what you would normally kind of think to kind of be your preferred self. What would you want? How would you want to reenact that situation? Try and go over it in your head, and whenever there's a life experience that comes up, whether it's good or bad, however you want to put it, it's an experience that the universe is giving to you to actually take those teachings with you, and that's how you kind of train yourself and get over that hurdle. It's not, oh, I'll read it and then click tomorrow. I'm an all being and I'm all righteous and holy. It's you keep those teachings in your head, and then when experiences come up, you're like, oh, hey, let me go in my toolbox and think of a better way to experience this. And then afterwards you're like, thanks for that. And you move on, and it's still, you still get challenged. You still get challenged quite a lot. And you think, goodness, when is this ever going to end?
Yeah.
But you keep getting challenged, but every time you do, you go stronger with it.
Yeah.
And to the point where you keep practicing, to the point where it's not practicing to get it right. It's practicing until you can't get it wrong. And that's when you've reprogrammed yourself.
Beautiful. You've articulated it so well. And it's also saying to yourself, do I want to be a victim of circumstance, or do I want to be a victor of the creator of my reality?
Yeah.
You know,
and it's encouraging. It's encouraging for you to kind of look back and think, flip, like, you know, before that would have really triggered me, and I would have really stumbled on that. But the more and more you know, take it with you, it's
so it goes back how you look at it. You have three options: negative, positive, or neutral.
Yeah. And also, I think, you know, it's having the patience when challenges come up. It's to having the patience to sit down and think, where am I going with this? What is it teaching me? Because sometimes a situation comes and we want to fix it. Like, you know, I've been told by Arram many times, my mentor, where are you rushing to? Sit down and think about it. Yeah, sit down and think about it. What is it teaching me? What is it giving me?
You've got to take a moment. You've got to take a moment and step back and be the observer, and think about as well whether it's, you know, if there's a situation that happens and you're not really there's sometimes a lot of times when I kind of look up at the sky and think, universe, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to make me do? Because you just kind of ask for guidance or whatever, and then you're like, well, what do I kind of want out? What do I kind of need or want out of this?
The universe will never give you anything you cannot handle. So that's the first.
Definitely. Definitely. But you still have a choice whether you want it or not.
And it's also great to also be able to be in a space of not knowing. You know, sometimes people have a fear of the unknown. Like, they have so much wanting to control their reality that, can you not just be in a space of not knowing, just allowing it?
Sorry to interrupt, I'm getting really excited. But it's just, it's the excitement of actually not knowing what's in front of you, because it could be anything.
Thank you. So now, West Africa, in terms of answering your question, it becomes a way of life. Okay, so you starting and saying okay, well, how do I progress? Practice every day. The people that you're talking to, it's a way of life. Now, in our situation, we have no challenges. We have no challenges because we change the stories all the time. We know that whatever it is, we have the option to change the story. So when you start talking about problem challenges, you're already creating them. It's going to come into your reality. But when you say, interesting, what can I learn? Straight away is a different story. So what is the practice? The practice is what? Continuous mentoring from your coaches about reminding all these things. Sure, you come to a meeting, say, I know it all, you make a few notes. Sorry, guys, it's not going to work for you because I've taught thousands of people and they come to my 6-month courses and they still think they know. They don't know. It's the constant thing to be a way of life. And what we're sharing with you is the way of life, that any situation that comes along, we know. Okay? You know, we have a saying, it's bullshit.
Moon had a question. Somebody called Moon. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Hi, Moon.
Wholeness. Hi.
Wholeness. Hi.
Hello. Wholeness. Hey. So first off, I just want to say I'm really enjoying this. Hey, y'all. My bad. But yeah, I've been taking a lot of notes and I've been really taking a lot of stuff. And so the question that I have is like, when do you realize that you're walking in your God-given purpose? I feel like where I am on my journey, I've been doing a lot of self-cultivation, being present, meditating, and just really questioning who I am. And so it's this question of like really asking like what is my God-given purpose, you know, and just being curious to it. But in the sense is like I don't know, and I feel like that's okay to not always know. But like, when do you realize like you're living in your purpose?
When you're always following your joy. And can I tell you something? You're always living your purpose. In each moment, the universe always has your back, and you're always living your purpose, because everything you need is always in the here and now. And from moment to moment, you are receiving everything you need for this moment. And that's one thing that's really powerful from these teachings is just for this moment, I have everything I need. And if you can keep saying that to yourself, just even close your eyes, take a deep breath, make yourself really present, keep repeating it, keep writing it, whatever you need to do. Just for this moment, I have everything I need.
So how do you help somebody with that kind of thing that goes on? Because they're anywhere they go, they can see something, foresee something happening, and it happens. Okay. And they don't want to I don't know. I know that they need to live in the moment and stuff like that, but I'm not sure how to help them with that.
The point is, you know, you say this person has always can see things, and you're going to ask her, what are things that you're seeing? What is it so bad that you're seeing? Number one. Have you asked her that?
Yeah, and usually they're negative. They're not so nice things.
So you go back, because things that we see, yeah, is neutral. It's neutral, but because we think we've read some books that, you know, the future or whatever is seeing, we give it meaning. So we relate to what we call archetypal stories. And so we believe the story. Back to this, you ask her, you know, can we change that story now?
Right.
Because she has not been given the option. She is a one-track pony that's tuning to negative story. But tell me the future, negative story.
Right.
Got it?
Yep. Thank you.
Right.
Good.
Next one. Who's got a serious problem?
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah. How's it going?
Hi, Sarah.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing your energy. It's been amazing. I just want to sort of connect. I'm going through a moment at the present moment that I am currently unemployed and going to be finding myself homeless very soon if something doesn't change within me. So I need to flip the switch very quickly. Now, I know a lot of stuff, like this is all cerebral. And where I fall back and slip every single time is the belief, the feeling. I know all of this stuff. It's always the memory, the feeling, the belief. And sometimes I can lift myself up so high, like I can teach other people, I can share that energy. I can take that upon myself and give that out. But to give it back to myself is very hard.
Okay.
And I want to be able to hold on to that for myself and actually give that gift to myself.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Now follow me. Yes. If I presume you know your age, whatever it is, you'd like to tell me how old you are, and
43 next week.
43. Great. Okay. So every year I took a photograph of you. Click, 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 and I put those pictures down on the table. Are they the same person?
I know they're not.
No. You see, no. You either yes or no. I know they're not. Then you're not sure.
There was a big but coming. A but.
What are you?
Yeah, there was a but.
When you give vague instructions to the brain, you're going to get what? What you put in is what you get out. If you're going to give something vague, I believe but is not going to happen. So I'm going to ask you again. All the photographs there, is it the same person? Yes or no? No, right?
No.
No. Good. So we squeeze that down to 43 months or whatever it is. Are they the same person?
No.
Good. And we squeeze it down to 43 weeks. Are they the same person?
No.
No. And we squeeze it down to 43 minutes. Are they the same person?
No.
No. And we squeeze down to 43 nanoseconds. Are they the same person?
No.
Good. So The memories that you have, yes, of a past, yes, is it you?
No.
Oh, that's solved half the problem now, isn't it?
See, this is the thing. I understand that.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand, because if you understand, you would, you will understand that.
You live it if you understand it. Okay.
Intellectually, maybe. So, tell me the challenge of what happened whenever it is, the incident that is haunting you.
And this is the thing. Like, I've gone back and done so much looking in.
Okay.
And I can't find that one moment. There's always a series of moments.
Stop. Tell me exactly what is happening, not when you went back to find out. So there was a situation 20 years, 30 years ago. This happened to me. This is what I want you to tell me.
I have no idea.
So how can you have a problem then?
Okay. Okay.
You're looking for problems which are not there.
So it's something that I've made up, I've created for myself.
What do you think?
Intellectually, I know.
Okay, deep down inside, now from your heart, what is it?
I know I have created it.
Good. So is it?
And I feel that it's holding on to that moment.
Okay, so now that you know it's holding, now use your imagination and say, what am I holding on to?
Something familiar.
What? See, you're so vague. How are you going to sort it out?
I think this is my problem. I'm always in my head thinking, what's the problem? Where am I going?
Yes.
Good.
Why? What payoff? Can I ask you what payoff are you getting from holding on to this problem? Like, what's it feeding?
None. I want to let it go. That's the thing.
Now, if
there's some part of you that is holding
there's part of you that's getting something from it. Are you getting attention
you gotta
from
ask
it?
yourself.
Do you like getting attention from it by talking about it to others?
Not at all. Not at all.
Doesn't make sense then.
It doesn't make sense then.
It doesn't make sense. It's not real.
So how do you release that hold on it?
Is it real or it's not real? Back to this. Does it make sense?
Does it make sense? Is it positive, negative, or neutral?
It is.
What?
It just is.
It's what?
Nothing. It's happening, but it's not real.
So if it's happening, it's not real, then what's the conclusion?
I know. I hold on to nothing.
Exactly. And what can you create? Let me ask you, when you hold on to nothing, what is the opposite of nothing?
Something.
More. What can you create from nothing?
Everything.
Right. So what can you create in your everythingness of beingness? What's a story you're going to tell yourself in everythingness? Because you're everything. You're whole and complete as a spiritual being. So what story are you going to tell yourself right now from that everything? You have the free will of choosing. Paint me a picture right now of what you want to create.
Okay. I am fine. I'm happy within myself. I am extremely abundant and talented and share my life purpose with everybody.
And how do you feel now?
Terrified.
Why? That's good. That's good.
No, but good. It's a good terrified because I know it's different.
It's excitement, not terrified. Excitement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now write that down in a journal today. Write it down in a journal today.
It's not exciting. It is exciting. You want to use the word.
It's so exciting.
Use of words is so important.
Because they all carry frequency.
Yeah.
Frequency, yeah.
So write it down today.
Okay.
And tomorrow, make it into an action. What 3 actions are you going to take tomorrow to make what you've just said, your life exciting, and follow your joy?
Okay. As long as I find something small and move on with that. I always
It
want
doesn't
to
have
do
to
these
be a big thing.
Yeah, I
No.
always look for the big thing, and I've got to remember to keep it small and just keep moving forward.
Small joys, moment to
Small
moment. Small
joys.
joys.
My small joys are things like, shall I have a cappuccino or a milky latte? Shall I have
small joys
60%,
bring you to the big joys?
60% chocolate or a milky chocolate? Like those small joys give me so much joy.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Pleasure. And then from that you go on. It doesn't have to be the biggest thing.
Okay. So
thank you.
So good. You see, next one. See how easily it's done. You know, must have saved a few $100s in therapy somewhere, telling the same story to some. You know, this is what I'm going, and then the therapist will say, "Tell me more." They're listening, and the clock's running. Yeah, we say, "Is it true?" And as soon as you realize it's not true, it's not there. Back to this. What meaning are you giving to it? Okay, next one.
It's nice for everyone to share anything with everyone, because remember, who is this? Zena.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, I've got a question about I've been helping my mother look after my father. He's disabled. Well, he's old, and he fell the other day. He fell on the floor, and my mother, I felt, was blaming me for him falling on the floor. And you know, Neva, you said step back and observe. And how do you? Because I struggle to do that. I just get straight into the argument, and I don't step back.
First question I'm going to ask you, how do you know that your mother is blaming you? Did she say, you caused your father to fall out? Did she say that? Did she say that, Zena?
She didn't, those, you know, those were not her words. However,
back to this. What meaning you giving to it? She didn't say those words. She didn't say, no, you caused your father to fall down, which you are saying she thinks that you are the cause of it. I'm saying, where is the evidence?
The evidence is the other way she said it, which
was...
Oh,
here we go. The other way she said it. Wow.
The other way she said it is really blaming.
What am I doing to you? What am I doing to you? The other way. Why wouldn't you say he's blessing me? The other way is telling me what is real. You are creating
the story, yeah.
So unfortunately, I didn't create the right story, and you know, it just blew up.
That's all right.
Yeah.
And as long as you are aware of it.
Yeah, but I upset her. I upset my mother, and you know, so I stormed out of the house. You know, that's how bad it got. And then the guilt comes after I left. You know.
Okay. So what is it you want to hear from us to sort it out?
I just want to know how to be that observer and how to shift.
Simple.
It's just difficult for me. I find that
very simple. You have the choice. Am I telling you off? Is it neutral, or am I getting a blessing? What is it you choose?
I want the situation to be neutral, and I want to just
stop. I want. So then make it neutral.
So how do I do that? By not saying anything, by not responding to what she's saying.
That's it. No, that fell down. How exciting. Next, please. You are a drama queen.
I am, yeah, I know this.
That's okay. No, you're on a course, so obviously you need more sessions.
Into that bottom.
And it's okay to have those moments, because then you have more awareness with a practice.
Because that moment with your mom has taught you something. It's taught you something about you, and it's also taught you to understand and understand your mom and where she's coming from. Because the highest love is compassion.
Okay, very good. Now, you need an acid test. You know, you see something and you are triggered. You get triggered inside, yeah? Right? Yes or no?
True, yes.
Yes. So
very easily.
Good. So the first question is, what story am I telling to myself that's causing me to feel this? That's the first thing.
Yeah, I think we covered this before in the group, the WhatsApp group, and you said about self-love. I think it is a lack of self-love, which is why I'm constantly, you know, triggered easily by.
So, is it helping?
Definitely, yes.
Good. So become, what is it you hear from me all the time? Become a good storyteller.
Yes.
Is it? You all are bad storytellers. And you're getting negative.
You need to be creative, though.
You need to be creative,
I find sometimes that I don't know what story to read.
Hold on a minute. How can you not know whether it's a good story or a bad story?
The best story is when there's no story. When you're empty and neutral.
Which is what I want to be. And
right,
that
so
means
then
not
what
talking.
Have a look at yourself in the mirror and squeeze yourself really hard.
Maybe stop talking for a while when your mom. No,
it's true.
Okay.
Go into those silent moments.
Anybody else? No.
I just wanted to share something.
Yes, Africa.
I grew up in a family of 18 people in one house.
Okay.
So we were basically living in a 4-room house.
Mm-hmm.
Then we moved, then we lived in a 1-room house that is basically as big as my room right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we lived as 10 people in that house.
Okay.
Then one thing I gotta say, it taught me the point of basically the triggers, because I used to get very angry at my brothers a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that mentality that I was short-tempered, but not realizing that it was all happening inside of me because of the triggers they were triggering me.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden one day I lashed out on my father, on my stepfather. So that day when I lashed out, I took out so much anger to a point I almost killed him. And then, wow, okay, I'm basically sharing this out loud. Okay, so I almost got to a point of killing him. And that really got this trigger back. Then I had to rewind back after that scenario happened. I had to rewind back and evaluate myself. Why did I want to do that? I figured out that I had so much anger towards how I was living inside of me. And I took out that anger that I had inside of me. Then I decided now they're the one who did this to me, but not realizing I was the one doing it to myself.
To yourself.
So,
excellent. Yeah.
Thank you.
So it really quite triggered that. But at the end, right now, I gotta say, it's a great day every single day.
And isn't it amazing that you can now go back to that and all the amazing lessons you've learned along that way, and that was your teaching school. So isn't it amazing?
And the realization that you found out yourself and not somebody else telling you that, you realize that yourself, which is good.
Thanks a lot.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for sharing.
So we're gonna have 2 more questions and that's the end. So come on, here's your chance. When will the next session be? Sorry, there's no next session. to next month or something. At the moment, this is an introduction to how you can have peace of mind, which we call inner wealth. And if you want to know more how to be in this state all the time, then get back to the person who invited you, and they will arrange for you to have a one-to-one session with them and map out a route for you to take it further. Now, until we don't know what you want, we cannot give it. You have a taste already of how quickly, when working with a bunch of people here, how quickly we teach you to shift back to this. Well, if there's anything you need to take away, take this finger shaking exercise. Yeah, what does it mean? You are the creator. You are the creator. You have a choice. You can make yourself happy or you can make yourself sad. No more questions? 10, 9, 8, and we're going to close down now. If there's no more questions, go back to the person that invited you and to take it further. I will assure you something, yeah? Get the free consultation, find out what is it we're talking about, take it further, and you owe it to yourself to be peaceful inside. You owe it to yourself, yeah? And on that note, we shall bid you all good night. And thank you, and thank yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.